important because we're in legendary status. We're in legendary company, you know. So yeah, welcome to another amazing episode of HipPodHedz, podcast where we discuss our favorite hip hop moments. I am No Sage, joined by Novak, and we got a special guest. I'm finally trying to perfect or corner all of my old Third Islander guys, the Third Islander days. Video Dave, welcome to the show,
Peace.
sir.
How's it going, y'all?
Oh man, welcome.
Yeah, man. I mean, everyone has been singing your
Thanks for
praises.
having me.
Bro, man, everyone's been singing your praises. This is episode 42, and it seems like you've come up every other episode, which is awesome. You're obviously a Chicago-bred rapper, TV producer, beat maker, writer, a true multi-hyphenate artist, and you have had a creative hand in seemingly disparate corners of modern-day culture, from reality TV shows to Prince performing at the Super Bowl. Somehow Davis had a connection. And your latest album with Controller 7, Articulated Textiles, sorry, is a window into your world of ideas and memories. So, man.
That's accurate.
Bro, man, there's so much going on with the album. There's so much going on in your life. There's so much going on that I want to geek out on. I mean, I literally just listened to the album this morning and it just went through, just breezed by. I've listened to it a dozen times by now, but you got a lot of like movie like Easter eggs going on in there.
Yeah. A few. Which ones? What are you talking about? What caught you?
Well, I mean, like I'm obviously a skit heavy dude with the '90s hip hop, and it's always gonna perk my ears, right? But like, obviously, The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
There was, I think, a Friday, right? Like Ice Cube, come back, right?
Yeah.
But the one that kind of gave me a gut punch, because there's probably dozens that I'm missing, and this is kind of like sort of an overshare. The As Good as It Gets, right? Jack Nicholson, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a clip where like he's gonna play a playlist in a car from a CD, and there's like a whole premise of that movie where he's like gonna go on a road trip. It's like a forced road trip of sorts, and he wants to play a playlist. And I don't know if it's that part of the movie, but there's a certain part of the movie where he's not allowed to play it, even though he put all this hard like time into making this playlist. So I felt like that kind of hit me at my core. I'm like, I've been at that moment where I'm like, hey, y'all need to listen. Like, no, it's not listen time. Turn this shit down.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I went on a little tangent, but I love all
Yeah. No,
you
know, those were all in the album. Those were all little moments that got thrown in there through either me or through Controller 7.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of like where I was going. It's like I know you always had, similar hip hop DNA as me, but I didn't know how much of that was kind of you or him or both of y'all just kind of collabing.
Yeah, that was both of us. He made all the beats and I wrote all the rhymes, of course. But then it came to the skits and interludes. We both pulled different things, tried different things. He made some without me knowing. I suggested things, So it was both.
Nah, man, you're like a visionary. I go back to 2020 with HipPodHedz. HipPodHedz was that video, man. The first time I saw that video, this is before I even knew the connection between you and No Sage, and I was like, man, this dude here, man. I'm like, you're like a beast, man. You see the concepts, the lyrics are tight, the imagery is even tighter, man. Everybody that knows you has nothing but good to say, Dave, at this point.
Thank you. I can't take credit for HipPodHedz. That's an open mic. He had that vision. He brought that one to life, and that's his track. But he put me on it. I was really appreciative. That opened up his album, and I start the song off like, I'm real proud of that song. I love that one. But that's dope to think that's I knew it was the first time some people saw me or heard me. So, writing that verse was fun. It was just I just decided to come at it a different way than I usually rap. I was like, oh, I'm coming this way. I got the idea and just went in.
Yeah, your flow on that one was different, but the delivery was still on point.
Thank you.
So we've had a lot of your other affiliates on the show. Iowa Rockwell, of course, your brother MC Crave, and Dave Urso.
Yeah.
Messing around the drums. I'm still trying to get Surfboard C. I eventually will get a hold of him, but I also like we were to chop it up with North Star, so that was dope too. But
Yeah.
man, I mean, like you mentioned Open Mike Eagle, like like I just think it's dope that you're having this moment this year, because with this album drop, I know you both were kind of cooking up a lot of stuff on the live show scenes, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the video shows you be doing, but it's kind of nice to kind of see that you kind of get in the spotlight at this juncture, especially with that showcase you had earlier this month. That was in Phoenix, right?
Yeah. I had an art show in Phoenix. It was my first art show. Really was looking forward to that. Was trying to put that together for a while, and got offered an art show. Decided to perform that night too. So that was like a headline show for me. Just only one act that night, and it went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. The art's still up in at Trunk Space in Phoenix through December. And then, hopefully after that, I get some more art shows. I want to try to combine that, do art shows and music shows at the same time. So hopefully I get to figure out how to make that work.
That's love.
Yeah, I can see that collaboration piece, because like art and hip hop go hand in hand. If you think about like, how we influence the culture, even fashion, everything at this point. Like who would you say influenced you on the art, on the art style, like Chicago related? Who would you say has been influential at this point to you at point?
Um, you know, I guess really only my brother kind of influences me, Crave, just because he was always making art. So I saw him do art shows. I was always around that. And then with the stuff I do, I really wasn't trying to be influenced too much by other people. Frohawk Two Feathers a little bit. Like I've made some of his pieces out of felt and included that in my album artwork and made some felt pieces. So but what I do, I really just kind of got lost in doing what I was doing without trying to be too influenced by other people.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, because yeah, you definitely see it. Like, I peep everything, like the hat, man. The hat you rocking right now is ridiculous, man. But that's that vibe, that's that energy you always look for when when you dress every morning. You look for something that make other people say, "What's that?" And I kind of figure that's the way you roll every day, pretty much.
Yeah, the hats, that's just something I've been working on for a few years, and the sewing, I just do that all the time. So it's my own thing. But I'm trying to spread it, trying to see if I could have it make the right impact, have it be seen the right way, spread it out.
Bro,
That's
so
good.
since you brought up the hats, because like there's so many things that I want to kind of like underline here. I know you kind of told the story about how you got into the hat making on that hip hop trivia's questions pod. So shout out to Sean to check that out. That's a dope episode. But yeah, man, like I think I hit you up when my wife was like, I think I see one of Dave's hats on Dance with the Stars. I'm like, no, get out of here, stop it. You're like, no, get over here. It's one of the hats for real. And I'm like, oh damn, what's Jason Mraz doing with Dave's hat? Did he steal his supply? What's going on? So man, that was dope, man. How did that come about?
Well, um, a friend of mine is friends with him, and
Yeah,
she saw the hats. She started seeing them online when I was posting them when I was first
right,
making them. She was just a big fan of them. And she just always kept saying, like, oh man, I got to get one of those for my friend Jason. And she just kept telling me,
man,
I'm like, all right, all right. And eventually she's like, yo, it's my friend Jason's birthday. Like, let me buy one of them hats from you. So I give it to him for his birthday. And I was just like,
right.
we can do that. And then she was like Jason Mraz. I'm like, oh shit. But I made that. So then like, he started rocking it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But he really rocked it. Like he liked it. I was like, all right, that's dope. So over like last year, he's just been rocking the hat a lot. And then I found out he was on Dancing with the Stars, and I was just like, well, I got to make him, a better hat than
Right.
like he's been rocking the dope one, but you make him like he's, it's over a year later. I made him one like this basically.
Yeah. Didn't you also make him like sort of like a golf style one, almost like what is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Shoot.
I made two. Has he worn that one on TV also?
I didn't notice it, but I was like, I know you made him a couple, but
Yeah, yeah. I made him some hats. Because he's a hat guy. So
that's
if he
nice.
likes a hat, I decided I should make him one. I haven't met him personally, but seems like a cool dude. He makes good music. He likes hats. Why not?
Hey, that was nice, and he made it far. Like I think he went like all the way down to the
Yeah, he went
finals
to
of
the
that
finals.
show. So
He went to the
that was
finals. He
good.
almost won.
That was good for him. That was good for
Yeah.
you. That was good visibility. But
Shout out to him for
yo,
for doing his thing and liking the style, liking the hats. I really appreciate that. Like he's a dude who wears hats, so if he likes my hat, that's dope. That guy always wears a hat.
man, he could sing. He could rock something nice, and he can actually
Sing,
dance.
dance,
I
he
was
can
like,
play.
damn.
You know, that's kind of what I want wearing my hats. Somebody that can sing, dance, play, all that. Hell yeah, do it. But yeah, I work on hats all the time. I've been working on a lot of stuff. I got the mask, I got hats, shoes, light bulbs, frame pieces, just all kind of stuff.
So at the art showcase in Phoenix, like you were sporting some of the masks, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got the
So
mask.
it almost has like a similar aesthetic to it, where it's kind of like a patchwork of sorts. We're gonna get a live presentation, my man. There it is.
Ah.
I respect it. I like it.
Yeah, so yeah, I got masks, a few masks that I made that just it was just an elevation, a continuation of like the hat, just the
Yeah.
style. Like, oh, I can make a mask. I like them. Rock them on stage a little bit. One of them's in the art show in the case right now. I got a couple more I made.
Nah, the masks, man. The masks are hot, man. They do really well. You think about like I got a partner out in Indianapolis. He's into like headdresses right now. So he's getting like millions in headdresses. I'm thinking like you put the mask would be hotter than the headdress he's rocking right now. Yeah, I like it. What are you doing with shoes?
Huh? Shoes?
Hold on, yeah, you speaking love language right now. What you got?
uh,
Ah, nice.
my
So you
man,
take
bro. I haven't seen those.
yeah, you take the chucks. I see what you're doing. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a pair.
Can
Respect
you
it.
can you do a mask and shoe collab? Can you do a combo?
I mean, I could definitely,
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
just
you.
figuring out different things, trying different things all the time. So, you know, it's just what I spend a lot of time on now.
I know. Crave has Crave seen the mask yet?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like rocking
Um,
one on one of his cover albums, right? I think Crave
Well, not
is.
one of mine, but yeah,
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's what I
yeah.
got.
But he's seen them. Yeah, yeah. I've worn it in Chicago on stage. He's seen it.
yeah, I like the mask. I mean the shoes. Yeah, I'm always man. I'm a sneakerhead. You showed me shoes, and I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, because I feel like that Converse is that blank canvas. You can do anything with those shoes. A lot of people don't take full advantage of them. To be honest with you,
Right.
like I saw the day they dropped Nike dropped Powder Puff Girls. And my 11-year-old started texting me from school. I'm like, how are you texting me from school? I'm using my watch, Dad. I need them shoes. I'm like,
I
I
need the
need them
drop.
shoes. Yeah.
Get in the virtual line.
Yeah, yeah. The shoes they're a little hard to make, but I'm probably gonna make another pair. Tune them in, probably make them with a mask or with something, same colors. Yeah, that's coming. But yeah, it's just
I love it.
one of the things I like to do right now.
As long as you ain't making controversial masks like Ye and his listening parties earlier this week.
You saw the mask? Yeah, I saw it. I mean, they got the Black Klans mask on. I'm like, Talib Kweli started talking about it this morning. Like, you can't wear that hat, bro.
Oh man.
I ain't see it.
Yo, it's yikes. It's yikes level. But it's all for the project tomorrow. If we see it, if it comes.
Man, that album's not coming out. Midnight gonna hit, man. There'll be no Kanye album, man. Kanye album to be out like sometime like before King Holiday or whatever. It's not gonna happen tomorrow.
Pretty first, Novak is spitting some gems. So video day, man. Like I was actually this sort of might be a stretch, right? I was at a bowling alley last night for my cousin's birthday, and there was it said on the sign, said DJ, we got a DJ. And I was like, huh. And where I'm going with the story was like, I remember on the Hip Hop Trees podcast, you're like saying, don't call me like a video DJ, like on some like bowling alley DJ guy who just plays like karaoke songs in front of a microphone. Now, the reason why I bring it up though is because like they actually had a legit DJ setup. It was kind of like a mini kind of gaming club in the corner of this bowling alley. So like, all right, well, they got at least got a stage. But the reason why I mention it is because like I just love how your artistry kind of leaped into the thread work and to the hats and to the mask, because I know a lot of your performances would also be based on visuals. And to the ignorant eye or the inebriated eye, they might think you're just using PowerPoint, or that's it, or you're like some PowerPoint performer. But like you say a word about like what that is, and like how that kind of like I don't know, energizes your performance, and how it kind of like
I just I guess I see a real parallel between the audios and visuals. And like when I write songs or make music, I could just see there's certain things I want to see with it. And I don't know, it felt like so easy to do when I started seeing people I know. Like I'd go see bands in New York and they'd be performing and there were screens and there were projectors, and I was like,
yes,
a few times I saw people just like project their band name, and I was just like, that just seems like a waste to me. I made there was this band called Stationary Set. They were friends of mine, and they were just like, yo, can you make some video to play while we're performing? And I just edited some video, some weird shit together, just like project. And, I went and watched their show and this stuff is playing, and I just loved it. And I went to go see what's it called? Tame Impala.
Yeah, Tame Impala, right.
And it's just like this big video setup, and everything was, to the music, all the psychedelic shit. And I'm like, yo, this is ill. And I went to see Depeche Mode in Brooklyn in the arena. Like their whole stage was screens. Like, you're looking down and they're walking on top of these screens, and there's this video 3D everywhere. And I was like, this is ill. And then when I started seeing independent shows, and I'm in these small bars and there's a projector, I'm like, well, this ain't the stage that Depeche Mode had, but it's something,
Yes, sir.
Like, I just saw it like that. Like, there's just screens everywhere. And then I was working with Open Mike, and he was going on tour. He was like, yo, if I brought you on tour, what would you, is there a way you could contribute? What could you do? And I'm like, yo, I could play videos,
Yeah.
Like while you're rapping, I'll make videos and just play them against you while you're rapping. And, we started doing that. And I just always had visions of, if I was performing, I would just have videos playing the whole time. And then eventually it turned into me getting to perform. And I was like, yeah, I'm playing videos. Like I call myself Video Dave. I'm gonna play videos and be rapping, and make videos and play the videos while I'm rapping. And some of them are going to be, the music videos, some of them are going to be just visuals or explanations or just lyrics or colors or whatever, but all synchronized. So when I press play, you know, I'm rapping to the video, you know. It's not like I'm playing a song and then I'm trying to sync video to it. Like I'm just playing video and I'm rapping to that. So it kind of is a PowerPoint presentation.
It's
But
ill though, man. Like when I've seen it done right, and I love that story because it makes me think of this show that I went to where it was, and Novak knows this story. Like it was the MF Doom imposter, right? And I thought it was legit the MF Doom, right? And I had no clue that was his thing until he finally showed up. He was the headline, and then Mos Def opened for him. But before Mos Def, it was this guy called Mike Realm, and I don't know if he's still doing stuff, but that was the first time I ever seen it. Like I think it was at the Congress I seen it, but yeah, literally like there was probably some movie footage. There probably was something else, and it was all themed up to like whatever he was kind of like cutting on the tunes at that time. And yeah, it stuck with me. Like I saw that show like years ago, but like it always stuck with me. And yeah, to your point, like in the New York scene or like just in the indie rec scene, like sometimes they'll just have like these like pole lasers or just pole lights, and sometimes it'll sync up, and then yeah, like for sure, like sometimes it's kind of like a wasted I don't know if waste is the word, but like yeah, there's definitely a lot of empty space that can be filled to kind of like take advantage of um
I mean,
syncing all the
people
senses.
still doing it today. You think about it, like I sent you a video from I called the Isley Brothers concert at a gala.
Yeah, right.
So what they did is they flashed their name on the wall for about an hour. So I'm looking at it like you could do more with this. The Isley Brothers they could have went down memory lane. They could have showed
right.
videos and then performed other joints, other venues. No, they flashed lights on the wall. Ron stood up there for about an hour, then he sat down and started singing from a chair. So I'm looking at everybody like, you know what? If you paid for this is bad.
Yeah.
Entertainment value, I do agree, is it's the artistry. If you're gonna do it, show your logo transforming into something. Show your logo with like energy or whatever. But they just flashed Isley Brothers up there. They didn't do any type of presentation to come to the stage. He walked out there and started performing. Ron did. I'm looking like, come on, man, you've been doing this for a long time. Bring that energy. You could get a whole new generation of fans if you bring the right energy right now. But I
Yeah.
do agree, like your videos and stuff, everything is hype, man. Everything got energy. Like even like you think about what you got, what you guys did on the articulated textiles, all those videos for that album. Every video, man, that family tradition video, man. And when you guys sitting on the lakefront with the cards, the
Yeah.
first time I saw it, I was like, man, there's a lot of symbolism. It could be the hands you dealt in life. It could be the family members that you connect with. That's what made me watch that video. And then I watched it the first time with no audio, and then I watched it with audio. And then and I started putting the words together with the video. I'm like, man, this is sick the way you guys laid it out.
Thank you. Hey, I really appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of exactly what you were talking about with the hands you dealt in life, and then the way that the verses are arranged and the way the hook is arranged, where everybody's jumping in and out. It's like playing cards, kind of like going around a table, in a sense, and just everybody having the same cards, but just a different set of them. Like like in the video, like because it's like there's not really a game of cards you play where everybody's gonna have. I got all the hearts, I got all the clubs. That doesn't make any sense. But it's just like, oh man, we all got the same cards, but well, I got the heart ones, I got these ones. It's a different set, but it's the same set in the sense that we all get the same life, but then everybody get a different life. You know what I'm saying? It's like how you make some cards up type of shit. Um, just the thought of it, trying to get your shit in order. We're all just sitting there trying to get our cards in order and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and it was just always moving forward, that video. But that was one of the points. Like it was always kind of coming in, but a lot of my videos, I like them and all. I wish I would have had a little bit more time a little bit more time budget and all that to execute them the way I saw them, but we still get them done.
No, that was a good symbol. I'm glad Novak mentioned that because yeah, Iowa Rockwell told us that you had a limited time to film it, so it was nice you were able to capture what you did.
Yeah, it was
and the
raining. It
weather
was crazy.
somewhat cooperated, but not really.
Yeah.
But yo, I want to step back again because I love that Depeche Mode and Tame Impala story. Because like when I initially heard their story, I had to see Depeche Mode, and I finally did at the United Center early this year, so I knew what you were talking about. But
Oh, they
it makes
still got that stage like that?
no, well, they sort of had other things going on. They definitely had stuff synced up in the back. They like depending on what mood piece they were going for. They had like a different it could have been like a video montage. Another thing that I've seen earlier this year was like Ed Sheeran. He kind of had like different types of like visuals. Like he had like an anime video going on during one of his pieces. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and there was kind of like just like a live, like rapid like edit of what he was performing to. But the reason why I want to step back to that moment because like I love that your brain goes there where you're trying to be artistic in a video thing, and now you're expanding it on the textiles. But there's this conversation you and I had like years ago because I think we would geek out on films, which is why I love you through them movie Easter eggs in your latest project. So picture your room that you're in right now. I think you were trying to like not necessarily sell this idea, but imagine this idea of like, what if you were surrounded in a 360 environment, right? So that room you're in, you have kind of like curved roof. Like I think you were trying to tell me like, what if you were to watch a movie or a show or something, and everywhere surrounding you there was a screen going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I feel like we're not there yet. Like maybe Christopher Nolan is bringing us there as close as he can because he's trying to film everything in IMAX, and I still haven't seen Oppenheimer, so I need to, but. Yeah, I mean, I just love that you sort of had tried to keep that kind of like spirit going because like I'm a film fan first, right? So I always like geek out when things actually when movies or projects or whatever like bring people into the theaters.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that was an idea I had about using 4 cameras, at least 4. But now they got those 360 cameras. But then yeah, being in a room where you could watch it projected all around you. And so yeah, still back to the 4 camera idea. Whatever.
But
I
then the
see
whole
it
idea is
in my
like when you watch it once, you'd have to watch it more than once, right? Because
yeah,
like there
you'd
could
have
have
to
been something
watch it
going
in
on
progression.
behind you that you didn't even know what was going
Yeah,
on,
and
like
it's
part
just
of the
one
story.
movie, and you could watch the guy walk. You could be paying attention, or you could just be watching what's happening over here, or you could be watching, and so you can miss what's happening. But if you watch the whole movie, it'll be like, oh wow, it always yeah,
uh,
yeah. It's these are just ideas that never did nothing with them. Like they're still
but
there. They're still kicking around.
but you think about that ideal, if you think about it, is brilliant because people are doing it with audio right now. As you already know, Dave, audio, they can project it where they want you to hear it from.
Mm-hmm.
Atmos pretty much and caught up with video because while audio was here, video was here. Now they're starting to level up a little bit where you got like audio, you can do things audio like overhead, like you can watch a bad movie and it's a great movie just based off the sound. Like, I'm not gonna knock the Transformers, but there were some bad movies in that franchise, but they sell great on audio. You could, if you just played overhead with, when they came down, took over the city in the first Transformers, the audio is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But the video, you write about it. Like if you were to do multiple camera angles of Megatron, stepping down off of that ship, you do it in different angles. You can see it from the angle of the person about to get killed or the person watching them smash somebody. I mean, that would be sick in the movie concept. But if you even do it in the video concept, catch an artist flowing from one angle and catch the view of somebody looking at the artist like, man, that's ridiculous. I mean, you can do. I see what you're saying about the different angles, man. That'd be an awesome concept.
Yeah, it'll have to be a live show I'll pull off one of these days.
Hey,
Forward projector.
bro, that would be the shit, man. Because like Novak got me thinking about them theme park memories that I have that I actually saw. It wasn't Transformers, but I think it was like a Fast and Furious experience where you were sort of in a
Yeah,
vehicle, and then
Mm-hmm.
there was a screen to the left of you and a screen to the right of
Right.
you,
that's
and
right. Yeah.
whatever. It was
Yeah.
obviously very one-dimensional as far as like the message they were going for or whatever
Yeah.
Right.
whatever popcorn.
No, or give me that Cloverfield style. Give me that Cloverfield. Like you ever watch Cloverfield? How many different angles they show that movie? You'll never see the monsters at the end of the movie.
Right.
That's pretty much, man. If you did that with an artist, man, you only see the artist at the end of the movie. It's almost like he's the monster, pretty much destroying the city. Yeah, it's a lot of ways of looking at it.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna take these ideas, y'all, you know, and say that they were mine. Thank you, y'all.
Yeah,
No,
the
that could be
last
Crave destroying. That could be Crave destroying the West Side. You only see him at the end. You see it. He appears at the end of the video. All you see is the Big Tim or something like that. That'd be crazy.
Hell yeah.
yeah, man. So like there's another quick thought I had about the videos before we jump on to something else. So like I also saw SZA at United Center earlier this year, and that was probably like a mainstay of her performance. Like
Videos.
if you know the visual, she's like
Mhm.
on like a board, right? Like almost like a
Mhm.
boat, SOS. So like they double down on that theme. Like she was like on a ship, and at some point she was dancing on top of the ship, and at some point she was walking off the plank, and at some point like the videos underneath her were the waves, you know, the screens underneath her or whatever. So they definitely took advantage of that that at Lost at Sea vibes.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. You know, I have a lot of extra visuals from my album, from the album photo shoot covers, album cover photo shoot,
Right.
some video, and I still want to use that. You know, I still use that in different pieces. I like to get into a theme like that.
Show.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, it's been a blessing, bro, to just be in your space all these years. You know, you definitely are one of my music heroes. Shout out Easter egg to one of the projects you put together called Music Heroes way back. But
Yeah, that was like
yeah,
2000,
man.
the first album, I think. That we released it.
Yeah, shameless plug. Like Novak probably knows where this intersection is at. Do you see right behind me
Hmm.
what scene this is? Where Crave used to
Yeah, yeah,
bodyguard or
yeah.
bounce folks
Yeah,
on the
that's
set,
Sub T. I know that's
right?
yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah. And that's our first album cover. I took that picture driving while I was driving, picked up the camera, snapped a photo.
And you caught a bunch of random dudes like just in the middle of the street over there, just
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
their thing.
yeah. I took that picture from the car. I might have been driving north, actually.
Yeah,
Look,
you going north. Yeah, you facing it.
yeah, like look back, click, took a few shots. You know, I used to like to drive around and just take pictures. That was one of my hobbies at the time. Drive around, take pictures of the city, different places. So yeah, I just, you know, I actually made a few different like when I actually made the album cover, I used to make it with the actual photos. So really there were like 10, 15, 16 different album covers at first. And then
Oh
that's
man.
the picture that when somebody in Carbondale was like, yo, let me redesign this for you. And then we just picked that photo and that became the photo. But at first, when I was selling the album and stuff, people used to get the real photo, like whatever photo I took of Chicago. Then I'll just cut the word Third Islanders out on a piece of paper, just put it on a black piece of paper, put that in the CD. So really a whole bunch of different versions.
Textile it out there for them. That's amazing. Yes, I mean, so folks that don't know, like Video Dave was the catalyst for this Third Islanders crew. I remember at one of the shows we rocked over here in this area, Bucktown, Wicker Park, as it were, like you said, this you were doing intros for all of us, right? And you were like, this guy may have started it all. And you were introducing me. I'm like, I thought about that. I'm like, no, man, bro. You were the you were always the abbot of the Third Islanders, as it were. I remember like doing like jam sessions in the back of the bus when we were like riding back from like basketball games in high school, right? Just like it might have been like freestyle sessions or something,
Yeah.
just wilding out.
That's why I say you may have started it all. I don't think that shit would have been happening in the back of the bus if it wasn't for you. We like the mixtapes that you made in high school, like the whole basketball team had them. And we, you know, like that's the shit that we were like listening to. Like I hadn't heard uh a lot of that shit. Mobb Deep, uh so like the dirty 36 chambers, all like
Yeah.
I heard those on your mixtapes, you know? So that's why I said that. That's where the He May Have Started It All came from. Cause like I was listening to all kind of other shit in high school too. Like I wasn't really committed to the East Coast hip hop like that. But then, I mean, you put us on the Mystical. I never heard of Mystical until it was one of your mixtapes,
Man,
you know?
my
So
bro, yeah.
like it was, you know, those tapes, we had those were currency for like me, Gabe, Dave Acevedo, like, you know, Rockwell, Crave,
Yeah.
like those mixtapes, like when I would get one from you and dub it for other people, it's like those meant something. So that's the reason more than anything that when I was putting Third Island together, that's why I was like, oh well shit, I gotta get Jason. Like if it wasn't for those mixtapes, I don't even know if we'd be doing this.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Iowa Rockwell kind of was giving me flowers too. Like I think he also mentioned like Dog Pound and some of the other
Yeah.
joints on there. Like, yeah, man. Like I
Yeah.
honestly wish I had like an artistic hand when I was doing it. I literally was just trying to like cut and paste off of two like, you know, tape decks at the crib and trying to just get us to, you know, get us to wild out to something because I ain't seen no playing time. So like let's at least jam out to something while we're doing our warm-ups because my warm-ups will probably might not even come off during the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and
But I
you were on
digress.
the bench. Me and you were on that bench constantly.
We should have been freestyling on the bench, but we might have been like ringed by the coach. We had to run some suicides or something.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I only made the team senior year. I got cut junior year. I got cut sophomore year. Freshman year I didn't try, but I was from a different school, so it didn't matter. But sophomore year, my father made me get cut.
No way. Wait, how did that work?
Cause you know, tryouts was like a week-long process.
Yes. Yeah.
And, but you know, there was like conditioning, there was all that. But my
Right.
parents didn't let me do conditioning. So it was like finally the week of tryouts came. I'm like, can I try for the basketball team? They're like, all right, fine. So, you know, I'm walking on, you know, never spoke to the coaches before. They're like, what, you know, who are you? I'm Dave, I want to play. You know, I'm not that good either. I'm good enough, but I'm not that good. But I'm good enough. But I'm out there running, you know, doing it, working hard and shit all week. You know, working my way onto the team. Even though I didn't do conditioning, I'm a little out of shape. I have no relationship with the coach, but I'm out there trying hard. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm trying hard every day. Saturday comes. It's last day of tryouts. Like, you know, try out all week. Saturday's last day. Sunday, you take your ass to church, go to sleep. And Monday, we find out who's on the team. And I'm getting ready to leave the house Saturday, and my father's like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Basketball tryouts." It's like, "Nah, you've been doing that all week. It's too much."
Damn.
Like, no. This is, you know, the last day. It's basketball
Did my
tryouts.
graduation, baby. Come on.
Yeah, I got to do this. And he's like, "Nah, you know, you got to do homework or something." I'm like, "Nah, I did my homework. I'm good." It's like, "Nah, you've been doing too much of this basketball tryouts. That's too much. You know, I don't send you to school for basketball. I said you could try out. This is too much. What do you mean basketball tryouts? You asked me that Monday. You know, she did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now it's Saturday. You still? Nah, that's too much." I'm like, "What?" He said, "No." I said, "Damn." I went to my room, sat down, like couldn't go to basketball tryouts. Like an hour later, hour and a half later, he came by, looked in my room, he's like, "You could go."
What?
Oh,
You know, he thought about it
wow.
and shit. He thought about it. He was like, "Oh, I guess he could go." So you could go. Took my last basketball tryouts. That shit was done. Monday came. Coach was like, "Yo, you didn't show up to the last day. You're cut."
Ooh.
"Yeah, you're cut. You didn't show up." So that's how I didn't make the sophomore team.
Oh crap. And you didn't try to like tell the story about your dad?
Yeah, I
Like
told him about it. He was just like, "Yeah, you know, like I wasn't that good. Like, you know, there were other motherfuckers he was trying to give a uniform to. I didn't show up to the last day of tryouts. Like, I wasn't gonna be a starter. Like, all right, man, you know, sorry, bro. You know, maybe next year." So I tried out junior year,
Damn.
went to conditioning, tried out. Jarka. Just cut me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, then senior year, I finally made it. That's when I was on the team with you. So we were on the bench, but I was like, hey, at least I'm on the team.
Got them warm-ups finally.
Yeah.
Novak, I'm not sure if you ever, so Novak played for St. Rita. I'm not sure if you ever got wind of the reputation of Jarka, because he was essentially like a Bobby Knight out there. He would just chew
I
fools
know what
out.
that is.
He was throwing chairs, I would imagine.
Yeah, he had a big time temper. One of my buddies, one of the guys I knew from grammar school, was a guy named Fred Reed. He played for St. Ben's. So the Reeds, his last name is Reed. So he was a guard on that team. So he was one of y'all guys. He scored a lot of points there and everything. He used to say he built the school, and we was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So you go up to St. Ben's and be like, okay, Fred was somebody. I see when he put a little work in here. I mean, Ben's, you guys always had that one or two scores that basically go out there get you 20, 30 real quick. And they'd be like, oh, they got a team of 18 other people. I'm like, come on, how does that work? They didn't use everybody on y'all team, I heard. Because like, yeah, it's crazy. As a city of Chicago, you could be good, but good on Ben's basically. They'd be like, you don't play. You could be good somewhere else and play the whole time and be terrible. But that's how Chicago works. You said it, Dave. You got no relationship with the coach, or the coach got beef with you. It don't matter what you do in practice every day.
Right.
It's shady business. That's Chicago basketball. It's the first time in life you learn about rejection, heartbreak, and you'll spend, or if coach don't like you. I got in the headphones my junior year. I was ineligible my junior year, got transferred schools. I listen to Raekwon every day going to games because I basically I put on like a shirt and tie and sat there with my headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Coach like, what in the headphones? I told him I got Al Green on. He's like, stop it. What you really got on? I'm like, I got Raekwon. I don't know who that is. Get off my bench. So yeah, man, it's crazy.
Guilty by
I
musical
know
association
exactly.
over here.
Yeah, man, they didn't want to hear our music back then, but he read about the mixtapes. We had just got the CDs. I had the big leather binder. I'm sitting at games, man. I was ineligible. I just listened to music at games and watched them get destroyed. And I'm like, all right, I'll be eligible in a little bit. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, music is all we had during that time period. I know exactly what you guys are talking about. We were trying to find something nobody knew about. We were looking for music that nobody had heard before. Like I remember the first time I heard Method Man. That was like 90, man, that was 93 the first time I heard Method. And I heard him blasting through the speakers while we working out in the gym. And I'm like, what is the Tikal? I'm like, man, No Sage has always been revolutionary on music because you hear something around him that you would hear nowhere else. I know exactly what you're talking about. You'd be like, where'd you get
he
this
was
dude
doing
from?
that. He was doing that in 95, 96, where it was just like, oh shit, 96. Like I'm getting this mixtape from this kid at school that's got this crazy shit I've never heard before on it. And like playing it for everybody else I know. Like, where'd you get this? This kid at school. He's a new kid. He don't say much. He got big hair. He be drawing on the walls and shit. It's kind of weird. He be drawing on the walls.
I appreciate you saying that too, because like I thought when Crave was on the show, I totally didn't think why he was in Gordon. So what was the story? So I went to Gordon the first 2 years and I was at Ben's the next 2 years. So where were you the first 2 years and how come Crave wasn't at Ben's?
He just went to Gordon. That's the school he went to. My sister went to Notre Dame. I went to Quigley, but then
downtown, right? No, yeah.
But I wasn't invited back. So then sophomore year.
So you went to Quigley. You might know Dawes then. Jason Dawson?
Jason Dawson.
He went to Quigley.
What year?
He might right around our time. Right around time. He might, yeah. He's in a group called Shies Up, and they form the sub T a lot.
I'll have to see his face. There's a good chance though, because I was there freshman year. I was at Quigley my freshman year, and then sophomore, junior, and senior, I went to Ben's. And you came junior and senior year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I'm just super geeked that again, like these tapes meant something to you and I or Rockwell and to anybody. Cause like legit, I was like compartmentalizing all the trauma, right? Cause like with Jarka and his iron fist, I'm surprised he even let us play this shit, to be honest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we got in trouble for it
But
once.
oh, for real? Maybe I didn't have a clean joint, or maybe somewhere
Yeah,
didn't rub them the right way.
yeah.
But the two moments that I'm thinking about, and I don't want to make this the old like spill tea / life coach podcast, but I think there is this one team that I think maybe killed us. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this right? And then obviously me and Dave didn't get any time, but I think it was an away game. And somehow we got access to, I don't know if it was a bag or a stash of CDs,
It was just the CD changer.
a CD
Like
changer.
when people used to have those things in their car, like six disc changer, 10 disc changer. It was just sitting there on the bench.
Yeah, like on the kind of like the visitor's bench or whatever.
Yeah,
The
like
locker
the
room bench.
bleacher. And it was just
And
sitting there. Yeah, and me and Jason found it. And we were on the bench, just sitting there at the end of the bench. We was like, yo, look at these CDs. And we're like, hey, took them back to the locker room. The whole team wanted them. Everybody was like, yo, let me get that one. Let me get that one. And me and Jason were greedy as fuck. Nah, these are ours. But the whole team knew. Everybody on the whole team was like, damn, let me get one. Like everybody wanted to be in on it, but me and Jason were like, nah, these are ours. So we like split them up, took a few, and that shit turned into the scandal of the century. I went home. I left with my family because like my uncle and my aunt were there to watch the game, to watch their son, Gabe. He was like a starter. He was 2 years younger than me, but he was
Yo,
starting. I was on the bench.
I will Rockwell getting the
Yeah,
time.
Rockwell's out there like scoring all these points. Everybody's watching him. So like, ain't nobody watching us. We take it. So then I go home, and apparently Jason fessed up when it was like, "Yo, where are these CDs? Like these were somebody's CDs. Like they weren't just spare CDs sitting there." But we got accused of like stealing CDs. Like we didn't steal them, we found them. You know. But that shit turned into a scandal. I almost got kicked off the team. But I feel like the rest of the team actually like came through and told the coach like, "Nah, you can't kick them off." Like, so we got like suspended for like basically for the rest of the season. You got to
Right.
play like one, like you guys can come back for
What, senior
senior
night with
night.
our like 30 seconds in or something like
Yeah,
that?
you can come back for senior night, and you can come back for like if I don't know for something, but it was like, yeah, but we don't play anyway. Like, you can come back for the end of the season. Like, yeah, but we never play. Like, we were on the bench before we were suspended. So now so basically he just let us still be on the team, but he gave our uniforms to motherfuckers he would rather let play.
Yeah.
But we
That's
were still
facts.
on the team, so we
That
had still
was,
go to practice. I don't know.
yeah, I
I
feel
don't
like
know,
the
but it was
fall
better. It was
guys.
better than getting kicked off the team. When it really came down to it, at least I was still on the team.
Oh
But it
man.
was some
And
bullshit.
you worked years for that. So it was nice to know that you actually wanted to be on the team. Like I honestly felt like since my cousin, who was semi-recruited to go to that school and be on the team, who didn't even get to play on the team because he wasn't eligible because of
Right.
grades. Like I felt like I sort of got to walk on the team anyway, but that's neither here nor there. So look, this is the other like trauma thing I'm bringing up because I don't know if you remember this, right? So when you're saying like coaches playing favorites and trying to look into your souls and trying to say, hey, you're not getting time, you're not playing Al Green or whatever, right? So coach Mr. Bobby Knight put us through this exercise in the classroom where I think he said like everyone write down something on the paper. And I think a simple assignment was write down something like either what you're intimidated by, what your greatest fears, or some bullshit. And I think no, I think I'm remembering it wrong, but he says write something that I should know about you. And I literally wrote down on the paper I could be easily intimidated, right? So maybe that's why Dave saw me with the big hair. I was still just trying to find myself. And then like I always unpack that moment. I'm like, why did I write that shit down? Like he knows like my deepest secret in a sense, right? So like was he just literally just trying to like be militant with fools just to kind of like, sniff out the weakness out of people?
Yeah, and that's the kind of dude he was.
Yeah, legit. Legit.
Yeah, man, that dude was a bad. I don't like him.
Because he was the dean of the school, and then he would like drink at the local bar that's literally like a block away, and there's all these rumors and all these crazy stories about it.
Yeah, and he was just not. Yeah, he was not great. He had a foul odor to him.
That too.
Just the truth,
Old
man.
Spice, bro. I don't know what it was.
Just the truth. That shit was not cool.
Before they rebranded Old Spice.
It's like 6 degrees of separation with y'all though, because so you were at Gordon with Crave, and then all my people went to Gordon, as you know. So I was supposed to go to Gordon Tech, and I didn't go to Gordon Tech at the last minute. I got up, to take that placement test, and I was like, I'm not going there. And everybody showed up and was like, where did you take the test? I took the test at Fenwick. They were like, why did you go over there and take the test over there? Reloaded. What do you mean reloaded? Our team is loaded. So like, in the middle of the night, we decided a bunch of kids decided that, all right, we can win the state, we can win the Catholic League. Let's all go to the same school. And who we got? We got Nike as a sponsor. Okay, we're going to Fenwick. And people were like, you guys can't do that. I'm like, yeah, we can. So like, we made an executive decision to go where we wanted to go. Plus, the coach over there had I won't say he had no personality, but he wasn't strong enough. Like you guys had a dictator. We had a guy that basically showed up a pair of old school Converse on and sat on the baseline and stared at us. So he didn't really coach us. He just was in the gym. So we did what we wanted to do. And so, that kind of was the reason why, things fell apart. Because you get a bunch of undisciplined 13, 14-year-olds, and we do what we want to do. I mean, we would go to 7-Eleven during practice. That's how crazy it was, Dave. You just go, I'm going to go get nachos, man. We'll get back. We nice.
Ben's wasn't like that. Ben's had a system. They had a strong system. If the sophomore coach would have been in charge, that would have been a great school. If Schaefer would have been the varsity coach and been in charge of the system,
he was nice. Schaefer used to be at some of the shooting camps. I know who Schaefer is. I mean,
Schaefer was a good coach. I wish he would have been in charge.
He was reasonable. I mean, coaching is everything, man. It's everything.
Jark on your staff if you need to. Like he could be there. But he shouldn't have been the varsity coach and the dean of the school. Like that shit was was a bad combination. That dude. I remember sophomore year when I first got there, the basketball team put like their dirty lunch in my backpack. Like they were fucking with me. Because when I first got there, I was a transfer student and I like talked to a lot of girls and stuff. Like, you know how that intimidates a bunch of dudes at a school where it's just like, I'm new and like I talk to girls and like I'm sitting at the lunch table talking to girls and like, what the hell? And they didn't like that. My girlfriend's at that table. Like there are 15 girls.
Okay.
I'm a new dude. Well, you want me to sit and talk to y'all? Like, you don't want to talk to me. They do. Okay.
And Dave, it's probably people to this day still mad over that girl, man. That's the crazy thing about grown men, man. Still mad. I got buddies like that. We went to grammar school
in my backpack. And like I went in, I told them to take it out and shit, and they like laughed at me and like basically like fuck you. Like, nah, we ain't doing shit. I was like, all right, I'll just go tell. Like, what do you mean no? I'm gonna tell on y'all. Like, what can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just sitting there, like, what can I do to them? Like, I can't fight them. This is looking at hope. Like, if y'all don't clean my shit up, y'all don't undo what you did, I'll just go tell on you then. And like it was just like a new concept, like what?
Yeah.
Who would threaten that? I'm like, all right, I'll just go do it. And I just went to the office and like told on them in front of the whole office. So then they had to be punished. You know what I mean? Like, like I didn't just tell on them just in front of Jarka. It was like Jarka, Anwal, like, hey, whole basketball team just did this to me, blah, 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 blah. I made a stink of it. So then they all had to run. So it turned into, so then they hated me. That shit wasn't cool. Oh, I wasn't a cool dude in my sophomore year because of that incident, but
you guys would love Rita. We openly fight, so that would we didn't trick on each other. So like you at the co-ed school, your co-ed school people telling on people because like Fenwick was co-ed, so you're right. When you got girls in school, dudes act different. You go to all boys school, people farting, fighting, throwing people down the stairs, man. I mean,
I got in a couple fights at Quigley. Being in all boys school, but I wasn't trying to fight them dudes. Like that would have been a huge mistake. Like I'll fight the whole team. Like what the fuck is that? That's not smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw some dudes got picked on for years, and that shit was. I'm glad I wasn't one of them.
I used to stand up for like some of the dudes like that. Like, if I see somebody messing with, like I said, that's my freshman, that's my sophomore.
Right.
You fuck with him, I got to fuck you up. So it's just that's what we would do in that situation. Because like, yeah, you get a kid in. We had this kid named Smiley. I'll tell you a short story. He had a disorder. He couldn't stop smiling. So his face was permanently stuck in the smile. So one day they decided to beat his ass till he frowned. And I'm like, guys, come on, man. He had a stroke. So we're arguing about this. Is that reason? We're like, he's called Smiley because he couldn't get that, that his whole position, his face was stuck like that.
Yeah.
So they ended up finding out that, okay, we just whooped this kid's ass he had an issue. Oh, we didn't know. We just didn't like the fact he always smiling at us. I'm like, no, his face is permanently stuck like that. So we were like, all right, so how are we gonna make this better? So we trunked the kid. We put the other kid in the trunk of the car and drove up and down Western with him and turned the radio up. So that was his punishment. We put his ass off in the parking lot. So he met us at McDonald's over on 79th and Western screaming, y'all some bitches. Everybody was like, well, you whooped the guy's ass who basically got his face is paralyzed on the right side. Well, he was laughing at me. I'm like, look, he's laughing at everybody right now. His face is permanently stuck like that. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, we used to fight it out. I mean, I think Fenwick was like tame, like Ben's is kind of tame like that. But you go to all boys school, it's like bad being in a movie. It's like I said, jail with books. It's jail with books. All we did is lift weights, play basketball, go to other girls' schools and sit in the parking lot, like R. Kelly style. We in the parking lot just watching people go to school, and then we roll back to school and play basketball.
Yeah, Crave went through that. Gordon was wild, I heard.
Yeah, that's Lane Tech about it. That's who was stumping them out back in the day. Gordon was wild. I heard.
I'm wondering if I ever crossed paths with Crave, right? So I was class of 97, obviously, just like you, but I don't know if the first 2 years, freshman or sophomore year, he would even been there or not.
I know Baker know him. I know Mike Baker know Crave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Baker was at Gordon.
So yeah, Dave. So Mike Baker's the guy that I was at DePaul. Sorry, I was at Gordon, now DePaul Prep, and in college, me, Mike, and Novak over here, we went to college together, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd always known his nickname was Lamar. And I was like, what do they call this guy? No, this is Miller. They always called him Lamar. And I'm like, his name is really Mike. Why y'all call this kid Lamar? And I found, Mike is talented. He can sing, dance, plays basketball. He do everything. It's crazy. You see this cat first time, he's like, I can really play basketball. I'm like, yeah, okay. You can sing and dance. You can't hoop. And he can hoop. Mike can hoop.
You can, yeah. Now he's in the salsa dancing and karaoke and mortgages. My man.
Merengue salsa. He's like a man of mystery now.
Yes. We had him on the show too. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we sort of approaching one-ish. I also wanted to bring this other quick story up because it's not really related to you, Dave, but Novak made me think about it with the nachos and going to 7-Eleven. The only perk I got from basketball was that I'd love to sleep in and I really didn't care about going to lunch, right? So somehow my schedule for senior year, I got the early ass lunch. So I think there was times where, and I'm trying to remember this right, because again, a lot of it's cloudy for me, but I think I was able to skip my first homeroom and come late. And since one of the basketball dudes, that was an underclassman basketball dude, was at the door, working the front door, I was able to just slide in without getting any type of slap on the wrist for it or whatever. And I would just basically skip lunch too, you know what I'm saying? So I just had a late start. I was trying to live that college life my last year.
Shit, I had 2 gym classes back to back senior year. I had a 9th period and 10th period gym class. I looked at weights in one period, I went to gym another, then I went to basketball. So it was crazy. So I was in the gym majority of senior year.
Yeah, me and Dave Osvader used to skip first period a lot. We'd go bowling. We'd go to Waveland.
There it is. There you go.
First period. And then we'd just come late. And after a while, Miss Hamby, she just she'd be like, all right. Because whatever we had first period really didn't matter. And she was just it's okay. She just stopped writing us up, She was like, come on, keep us from graduating over missing that. We're here for the rest of the day. You know, senior year was different. It was nice. A few little perks, things you could do like that.
Yes.
If you were respectful, if you were nice enough to the people.
Yes, indeed.
Life lessons.
And the jukebox that would always play Bob Marley or whatever in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
People with the quarters and whatnot.
Please Don't Go Girl was in there.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Stuck to those tunes.
Yeah, man. High school, what a time.
Did you ever buy the 25-cent cookies, put them in between your book and save it as a snack for later on?
I mean, I don't know if I was doing much saving, but I was big. I was big on
Man.
cookies.
Y'all had that cookies, the 25-cent cookies. We had them too. I guess that's the Catholic school cookie of the year.
Yeah.
They were huge, bro, but they came in
Yeah, I
clutch.
know, man. Chocolate chip, man. Those things were, they were flat and
Yes.
wide, man. I know what you're talking about.
You open it up, and they'd be as flat as this, but you still be munching that bad boy down.
On that wax paper. No, they're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, the wax paper. Exactly.
Yeah. That was good times, you know. I remember the times doing all that. Should have been rapping. If I'd have really been on it, would have been rapping and making beats back then. Really got the jump.
Good thing is you got stuff to rap and make beats about. Them experiences, man. Like the stuff we used to do back then was crazy, man. You think like you can make a whole movie off of that whole time period. You know, people want to talk about retro, man. We created retro. If you think about it, you know, you guys don't know mall nearby. We had high school freshman year. We had North Riverside. We got banned from North Riverside, so we couldn't sit in there no more. Then we got banned from Forest City, and then we go to Evergreen on the south side called Everblack. We changed it to Everblack, you know, because everything in there was selling fur coats and pelly pails and stuff like that. And we see nuisance up in there from Psychodrama. So yeah, and you got the Lark. You guys remember the Lark? So you go up in there, everybody, you know, think they got money trying to buy something out the Lark, but ain't nobody really got no money. So yeah, I mean, high school, yeah, 90. I said 95. 93 to 97 was a trip, is the best way to put it. I don't know how we survived it, but we got here some type of way.
Yeah.
You know, because we used to, don't even forget about them bus fights, man. Oh my God, I saw so many asses get beat on buses and shoes taken. Every school had a Debo, man. Every school had somebody that took people's shit. And
hats on the bus. That was a good way to get your hat stolen. Sitting on the bus.
Yeah, off the back of the door. Yeah, the back door snatch and jump off. Yeah, I see that shit all the time. Yeah, I mean, those were wild times, man. But I got fortunate, man. A lot of times I still now look mean as hell. Or when you start getting bigger, and most of the kids, they leave you alone, man. I think freshman year I'm standing like 6'2", like 215 freshman year. So I'm walking around. Somebody say he's a damn teacher. I'm like, no, I ain't no teacher, man. I'm a student, man. You know, but it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. But you know, those are the stories. It's just all stuff to write about now.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it was a blessing that you kind of unpacked a lot of your artistry during college years, and you know, during the SIU, right? What's the term? Is it Faluki?
Saluki.
Saluki.
Yeah, yeah. That, you know, that I started making beats in college and really started writing.
Yeah, man.
Because of going to open mics and being in open mic nights, several ones in college. So yeah, a lot of stuff started back then. And then when I started making the beats, that's when, you know, it really turned into something.
Yeah, baby.
You done Carbondale?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's where I met Mike and Getty and Hannibal and Tony Trim.
Somebody on our podcast was telling us who's the studio guy? He used to work on Kanye's album and a bunch of other albums that I thought he went to SIU. I'm trying to remember what this dude's name was.
I'm not sure.
But,
I mean, it was Surfboard C who taught me how to make beats in Carbondale.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He's one.
I didn't realize he went to Carbondale too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I met him, was in Carbondale. He taught me how to make beats. And then that's why I brought him into Third Islanders, because, you know, he was the one showing me how to make beats.
Man,
Yeah,
well,
an acid
that's a
for
teaser.
yeah.
That's a teaser for him, because I will definitely be having him on our conversation at some point for sure.
Yeah. Just another Saluki.
Salute the Salukis.
Me, him, Mike. You know, Hannibal used to be at like open mics doing comedy. Him and Mike were good friends. Getty would just, you know, I'd see him here and there. Frohawk Two Feathers, you know, High Fidel. He was out there. He was a Carbondale legend. Now he's a worldwide artist, you know, painter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were doing it.
Yeah, I respect it, man. So appreciate you, bro. Like 2023 and before has been some pretty dope years. Like I'm only excited for what's coming for you, man. I know you're working on some things, obviously.
Yeah, got a project with me and Gabe have been working on for a while. Actually, started it during 2020 pandemic time. Started making the beats, and still just want to finish up one of the tracks, and I got to start recording all of it. But that's the Braden project. That's gonna be a whole different world, completely different than anything I ever did before. So that then the group project that will be getting announced soon, official announcement and stuff will be coming next month. But I can't, you know, still can't quite talk about it. But
All right.
that's gonna be a big project. So something in January. Big news coming in January, actually.
Love it. Can't
Nice.
wait. Any other potential like touring, like stateside, out of state with Mike or anything else in general?
Nothing really lined up. Gonna do a show in February in San Francisco.
Oh, bet.
But maybe do a show here in Atlanta potentially in the next few months. But not necessarily touring or got anything set up. Not until after this show's done. You know, I'm working down here in Atlanta, working for the next few months. So when that's done, maybe I can set up some art stuff. I'd definitely like to do more shows, and you know, I want to tour Articulated Textiles as an album and as a art show as a concept. So hopefully I can figure that out. But
Yeah, man. And the vinyls are clean, man. Like, is this sort of like each one is very like unique, right? The way that it's kind of like
yeah, they were all
the color
different.
palette comes out. It's
Yeah, I didn't
amazing.
know how many color variations there are. They're all unique.
Man.
And then yeah, the album, that was just my first time doing a vinyl. Like we had decided really early on that we were gonna put it on vinyl.
Yes,
So
sir.
that just really made me want to deliver, you know, a classic album, something that sounded like it should be on vinyl. You know, that was a lot of motivation when I was making the album, was knowing what I was trying to get. I don't know. I just knew the final product, I wanted it to be worthy of a vinyl, like the sound of it, the look of
Yeah.
it, art, like everything.
Yeah,
So
man. Like obviously the music is quality for sure, but like even like to the cover art, to the front and the back cover art, like that almost seems like it's like an art scene in itself, like wherever y'all shot that.
yeah, I did that out on the beach in California. Like that was a day just I drove out to the beach. I knew it was a good place to take those photos, you know,
Yeah.
just carry that. I was trying to figure out where I was going to take I knew I wanted the cover of the art to be a shot of that frame, you know, that
Right,
frame
right.
picture. So I was just trying to figure out where. And then when it was like, oh, that's the place. And I went out there and spent a few hours. Took more than 200 photos. Like, and really the one I used for the cover was within the last 10. I was out there shooting all that time.
Man.
I still don't know if I got it. And I was like, let me try it over here. And I finally got the shot that I needed. And it was like, you know, a few hours later, pretty cold. It wasn't a warm day. Water was
Yo,
cold as hell. Stepping in the water, all that shit, you know.
bro.
Got
That
the
was like
picture all
senior
wet.
year, baby. That was like conditioning senior year. You got it. You made the cut, my man.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. Like, you know, so it was like, what? Am I going to find a photographer and hire someone to do this? Like, I'll just go do it.
You got to be persistent, and it looks amazing, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'm gonna let Novak close this out in a bit, but if you had any other final thoughts, because it's just been super dope to have you, man. I've been trying to chase you. I know you've been busy, so I appreciate you definitely cooking it up with us and finally chopping it up.
Yeah, you know, I just appreciate it. I hope people check out the album, Articulated Textiles. I worked hard on it, and I want people to listen to it. So please check it out, spread it, all that, and just follow me on the socials. You know how algorithms work. I need that. Follow me, check out what I'm doing. You know, buy a hat, buy some of the art. You know, I got light bulbs. You know.
That's the treatment by the light bulbs. I did see that at the exhibit, so I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm here for all that, Dave. I'm here for the shoes, the hats, man. I didn't learn about the vinyl, man, until it sold out. So the vinyl sold out quick. Unless you got a plug on that, let me know.
There might be
Mm,
a small amount of them around. I'm doing. I'm also articulating the vinyls, fully articulated vinyls. I'm trying to sell those for a G. I got a few different pots going, but you know, we can try to make sure y'all get one of those.
Good. Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Vinyl sucked me in the last, like, man, 10, 15 years. I've been buying more vinyl. I mean, it's like a drug, man. You start as you know, it's art. You know, when you buy vinyl is different than buying a CD. A CD cover is something that you put in an album somewhere and you store.
Yeah.
Vinyl, man, is so nice lately that you can put it in the picture frame. You can play it. You can keep it sealed. You can do, or just get the audio, get the audio MP3 and listen to it. So yeah, I'm into audio. I'm here for all the audio, all the vinyl out there right now.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll bring a couple to Chicago when I head there for the holidays. So
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
man.
know how to
Sounds
find you.
nice.
We meet you up at Waveland or somewhere. We'll find you.
Right.
All right, Novak, I'll let you close this out, man.
All right, man. I want to thank Dave for coming through, man. It's been a pleasure, man. To meet the myth, the legend, man. I feel like, you one of those enigmas, man. One of those people like, man, Dave, Dave is doing this, Dave. I'm like, I got to meet this Dave, man. I'm like, good thing you came through today, but definitely, everybody go out there, check us out everywhere. Where podcasts are available. Definitely go out and listen to something dope today. Go do something new. All right, peace.